welcome to Civilnet. My guest today is Nitzan Yudan. He's the founder and CEO of Benivo, formerly Flat Club. I keep wanting to say Fight Club.
That was the inspiration for the name. So
that was the international.
Yes,
However, the rules are not the same. We get to talk about Flat Club, but we don't get to talk about Fight Club. So welcome to Armenia.
Thank you. Great to be here again.
I was going through the list of meetings you have and the talks you were going to give, and really my main question for today is how to raise $15 million for your startup.
Yeah.
That's the title of one of your talks. I mean, the one yesterday.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how do you do that?
It's easy.
It's easy.
No, it's not. So actually, you don't go one day in the morning and you raise $15 million. We've done it in 6 rounds of funding. The last round and every round is normally significantly bigger than the last one. So out of the 15, we raised $10 million just in our last funding round a few months ago.
So your company recently raised $10 million, and is it a startup or is it already an established former flat club?
I think startup is a state of mind rather than a stage of a company. We are not early stage in terms of we have a team of 70 employees. We have a good product market fit. We have clients who are using our services.
So
it's not like in the idea step.
We're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe let's just talk. What's the company? What's Benivo? What's Flat Club? Formerly Flat Club.
Yeah. So Benivo comes from the word welcome in 7 languages. And what we do is we help corporates make their we help corporates make their employees welcome.
So there are companies that are international that have a lot of
they have people
trips,
who are
moving.
And they will normally either be new hires, people who join the company, or people who move within the company, and we help the company provide relocation support to these employees. Now what's important, what is our big difference, is that we focus only on the junior employees, only on those that are in the beginning of their career, that are not the high earners, that normally were not getting any support. And the typical use case is when a large company today relocate, move from one place to another, a senior manager, they spend on average $25,000 on this one person and everyone is happy. But when the same company relocates 200 entry-level employees, junior employees on low salaries, or 2,000 of them, there's no chance they're going to spend 25,000 times 200. It's a lot of absolute money for people that are very early, though it's more than their salary.
Yeah,
so they have no solution. And so that is exactly the problem. And what we did is we developed technology to replace how the service was traditionally delivered. Relocation is delivered by people, traditionally. And that's great, but expensive. It works for the high earners. It doesn't make sense for the low earners. We are using technology. So our cost base is very, very different. And we can be 90% cheaper than the cost of traditional relocation. And instead of focusing on the senior manager who already have great services, we focus on the junior one that till now no one was offering support to.
So, and also you managed to raise $10 million for this project. And you managed to convince people that that support is going to the right place.
Yes, so we started with this. The company started 5 years ago, and 3 years ago we started with this service for corporate. And over the 3 years, we've managed to grow the number of clients. We've got to more than 50 clients that we have today, some of the best employers in the world, including Google, Microsoft, Bloomberg, Vodafone.
Yes, I was reading through that list. That's very impressive.
And the reason, these are top employers who really care about their employees. That's how they use us, but also we came to a place where we created the right solution for the budget they can spend with these employees.
So does Google relocate a lot, given that it's an online?
It's used, so our clients use this for relocation, but also for new hires. So imagine you open a call center in Ireland, which is quite popular for companies to do, and then they will need to support everyone from Europe. So they will need German speakers and Czech speakers and French speakers, and they can't find them all in Ireland. So for their call center, they need to bring people, but these are entry-level positions. People in the beginning of their career, they can't spend a lot of money on that. We help the companies provide support, increase the retention of these employees, reduce their cost of recruitment, and make sure they deliver on the duty of care. So the real value is for the employers.
So your offices are in London and Armenia. So
Yes.
from what I understand, you're not providing these services in Armenia,
No,
but
not yet.
rather from. So
Yes.
that would have been exciting if like, you know, Google or Microsoft was relocating people to or from Armenia. But Armenia is the tech center that's providing the services. Do I understand that right?
Yes, correct. So we started to work in Armenia 2 years ago, and we hired one developer. Then now we have a team, a technology team of more than 20 people. We took a strategic decision as a technology business that the core of our technology is going to be here.
Why? Why Armenia?
Because of the talent.
Because of the talent. You couldn't relocate the talent?
To London.
Yes.
I think there are lots of good things in Armenian about the people that live here that also fit the culture of what we are trying to build and what are we able to deliver to our clients. One of the examples is that about a year ago, when we started to get some good progress with the clients, we were selling them a new product. We didn't have this product. But by the time we were seeing that we're getting enough traction, we came to the tech team here in Armenia and we say, we have a good problem and a bad problem. We have clients that want the product, we don't have this product, and we need to deliver it in 2 months. And that was a massive task, a very, very hard.
And the product being?
It's part of our employee platform that helps the employees manage their relocation. And it was built in here in 2 months. And that was a breakthrough moment for us in terms of realizing how important and how much quality we're getting from the people here that allows us to invest more and took this decision that this is going to be the core of our technology.
So we talk about a lot, mainly probably for me, every other interview, the IT potential of Armenia comes up in one way or another. So how you as an entrepreneur found out about Armenia and discovered the potential here? What brought you?
Yeah, so about 2.5 years ago, we took, till then we were working mostly with outsourced companies for technology, and we decided we want to bring it in-house. We wanted to be part of the company, so the people that work on the technology share the success and feel the pains when things are not working well. And that was critical for us to grow and the next jump in quality. And it was not possible for us to do it in London. There is very big shortage of talent in London.
Well, my question was like, if you open the map, is like,
exactly.
Why not Armenia, not Belarus
and what
or
we've
India?
done,
Why?
is we looked at 4 potential locations and we assessed those locations and we interviewed people in each of these locations. How did Armenia made it to the list of 4?
Yes.
It was,
and how
as
did
always,
it make it to the,
always is there is always a lack in everything, right? In every decision we take. In this case, it was through Granatus Ventures. I've met Yerevan, who is a partner at Granatus Ventures, and went to London. He studied at London Business School, where I studied as well. That's how we got in touch.
So there's always a positive personal link.
It always helps.
Yes,
it always helps because it's
right?
building the relationship.
It's
and then
trust
that's how we introduced the opportunity for us to come to Armenia. We looked at that, we assessed the four potential locations. We found the best fit in terms of culture, talent, the available people that we wanted for the specific needs of our technology and product. And we started small. We started with 1 person, then 2, then 3, then 4, and it really worked well. So we decided to make the bigger investment. Really?
So how many people do you have now working in Armenia?
More than 20 we have.
More than 20?
Yes, and our goal is to get, with the new funding, we're going to invest a lot in Armenia, and we are aiming to grow the office to 40 people by the end of the year.
So coming and going to Armenia quite a lot,
Yeah.
I assume, in the last 2 years or a couple of years. So are there any ideas of what's next, what you can do with other potential in Armenia, or start something else from here? Are you looking, or is this is the mission and you're accomplishing that?
For me personally, doing one thing is very, very hard. So doing two things will be impossible. I'm very, very focused and I'm highly motivated by our mission to help the junior employees, to make sure that companies can support everyone, and I'm laser focused on that. So I'm not going to do another business. But on the other hand, I'm very excited to see how the startups ecosystem is growing here as much as possible. If I can help a little bit from my experience, that's also something I'm really looking forward and engaging with more and more. And we as a company, Flat Club is engaging, Benivo is engaging more with them. Yeah, I'm getting used to this as well, exactly, after 5 years. And we're getting to invest more in the community and to help the startup ecosystem. 2 years ago, when we were first looking for offices, there was almost no options of shared co-working spaces, and now there is like so many of them happening, and this is so exciting because it reminds me a lot of London 7 years ago. When the first time I started Flat Lab in London, we were looking for some shared space. There wasn't much co-working space. Now there are hundreds of them available.
We're only 7 years behind.
From London.
Yes.
Yeah, and catching up faster. So it's very exciting to see how this develop, and I'm seeing some great ideas and great businesses coming.
So you are gonna talk, or you already talked about the two sides of the coin, the investor and the startup.
Yes.
Why would I understand why there are so many startups in Armenia? There are a lot of ideas. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of ambition at this point. People are realizing, yes, we by ourselves can make something of our lives and become our own bosses or become job givers. But for an investor to invest in Armenia, to believe in these startups, even if the idea is compelling. What's the problem? Is there a problem? What are the things that we need to figure out to bring in more of this investment?
Yeah, I think we need to think what investors want, and they want money, right? They are doing a financial investment in order to get a return on their money, and they need to choose out of all the opportunities they see, which is usually thousands of opportunities a year. They're only going to choose 5 or 6. How this is going to be the best opportunity for them. And for this to happen, I think what needs to happen is the steps before the venture capital. So normally, most investors invest next to their home, next to their office. Within 50 kilometers of their office, that's the majority of investment. So I think the solution is the first in building the ecosystem is to make sure that there are more investors who are here. So more people who are high earners and might decide to become angel investors, early stage investors, as well as early stage venture capital. And I think, if you look on the UK really exploded in the last 5 years in terms of startups. And what they did is they took a government decision to provide tax incentives to early stage investment. Basically, if I'm, as a high earner in the UK, invest today in a startup, I get 75% of the money I invested back as tax benefits. That's reduced the risk a lot.
Completely understandable. That's what I wish for Armenia.
It's just a decision, right? I'm sure it can happen.
Well,
in the UK, it really changed the ecosystem, and I'm really hoping this will come here as well.
Well, let's hope for the best. Thank you very much for being our guest and for the talk, and best of luck with your adventures in Armenia and around the globe. And we also thank the viewers for joining us today.
Thank you very much.